Hey, it's Candy. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my birthday Q&A thing. I'm gonna make a cake. As I've said before, at work we always get to choose our cake, and I decided that I might make mine this year. So I'm gonna take some boxed cake and try to boost the flavor. So let's get into that. So in here, my recipe on my boxes called for 6 eggs. Oh, what? Alright, so I've broken up the yolks on 8 eggs. The recipe on the boxes, because I'm doing 2 boxes, called for 6. But to bolster it up a little bit, they suggest you add an extra egg, or 2. I just added 1 for each box. I'm going to get the eggs mixed up. So then it calls for half a cup of vegetable oil per recipe. And I swapped out half of that for melted butter. So I'm going to go ahead and add half a cup of vegetable oil to equal 1 cup. So that's going to go in. I'm going to mix all that together. Next thing on the recipe, it calls for a cup of water for each box. We're actually going to do milk instead. So we're going to do 2 cups of milk. Alright, get that all mixed up. I like to mix cakes by hand. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird like that. You don't want to mix a cake. Once you get all the ingredients together, you don't want to mix it too terribly much. So then I'm just going to take my cake mix. There's 1. And 2. Alright, I'm just going to get this in here. Get it in here till it's just incorporated. There can be clumps. It's not going to hurt anybody or anything. Alright, there we go. See how that's just mixed up? There is some clumps, but those will be fine. Hope that didn't hurt anybody's ears. Okay, so I've only got like 1 set of pans, so I'm going to attempt to cut this batter in half by eye and do 1 large and 1 small twice. Hope that makes sense. Okay. I got these fun frostings with these sprinkles, and I'm actually going to put the sprinkles in the cake. I bought extra sprinkles. Each tier will have its own color. I'm just going to roughly mix those in. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just me. If it doesn't turn out how I pictured in my head, who's ever gonna know? Except me. So we're gonna put a little bit in there. These pink sprinkles for this one. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh, it's turning the cake pink! Oh, this is fun. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. That's so fun. Those are gonna cook for about 25 minutes, and then we'll do the second batch. I don't even know if you can see me. You just saw my mouth. Alright, all the cakes are out of the oven. I'm going to let them cool for a little while. Actually, probably I'll wrap them up and put them in the fridge, and then we'll do more decorating tomorrow. Okay. Hey guys, so I'm just home on a Saturday. It's the day before my birthday, and I thought we'd go through some of these questions while I looked through some photos. I hope this lighting's okay. I might change mid-video. We'll see. Alright, so one of the first questions is, are you planning on getting your own place soon? And no, not really. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that quite yet. If I did, I think it would be somewhere else. Like, I would get a different job or something. The kittens are around, my window's open, like, things are happening. Someone asked for some old school pictures of me, so that's why we're kind of looking through these photos. Here's me. September of '85, this picture says. What are these from? December of '82. Me and my dad, I look drunk or something. March of '83. You can kind of see my... I had to wear these boots for a long time because of my feet. You can see my mom is adorable, and she put these leggings on me, these little leg warmers. Oh, you can see them really good in this picture. So I had to wear these braces for a couple years because of my club feet. Here's me and my mom after a shower. This is when, I think, no, maybe we weren't living at my grandma's then. We lived at my grandma's for a very short period of time between the time that we burnt down our old house and put in a mobile on our property. This is Easter 1985. Okay, here's another question. What was high school like for you, and who is your favorite makeup artist YouTuber? High school was fine for me. I didn't have any troubles. I was a manager of the wrestling team. I was in choir. I did all sorts of stuff. I was very active in school. Okay, this is my second birthday. There I am in the middle. That's my Aunt Stormy right there. So yeah, high school was good for me. I had my core group of friends. We did everything together. Here's my third birthday. Yeah, nothing to report, I guess. I enjoyed high school. I wouldn't go back, but I enjoyed it. So, funny story about me. You will see lots of pictures of me looking like this. So, they would take pictures of me and I would put my arm up like that and say, "She's a booger." I don't know. They tell me these things. Like, that's all I know. Who's your favorite makeup artist YouTuber? Gosh, that one's tough because I like Tati, but for me, her content lately has been very, I don't know, hit or miss. If I enjoy it or not. So, I don't know. I'm kind of not into makeup YouTubers right now. I watch like some smaller ones like Elizabeth Ann Beauty, who is part of my candy community. I love her attitude. She's the cutest. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like Bon Appetit, and I watched this lady called the Crazy Lamp Lady, and she goes to Goodwill or like not consignment stores, but thrift stores, and then she resells this stuff, and it interests the heck out of me. 86. So this is my 5th birthday. I'm pretty excited about whatever is happening right there. So this is also my 5th birthday. Did I say 6th on the last one? It was my 5th birthday on the last one. And so this is my cousin, our friend, my sister, and I. And my mom made that dress that I'm wearing. I'm on I'm on that end, if you couldn't tell. And then you guys gotta see, here was my cake. See, I've always loved unicorns. So I can't really pinpoint my favorite makeup YouTuber right now. Yeah, I'm not really sure. What's your favorite drink at Dutch Brothers? I always get a large iced Americano with almond milk, sugar-free caramel, and sugar-free white chocolate. How much do you weigh was asked by so many people. Why is this so important to you guys? Why do you have to know this number on my scale? I don't understand it. But the last time I weighed in, I was 450.4. There you go. You got to know now. Does it make you feel better? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why this is such, like, so important. My mom was a really good seamstress. So she made a lot of our costumes. Like this, she made this witch costume. She's just really freaking talented. I'm sad that she can't do that anymore because her eyesight has gotten so bad that even with glasses, she can't see. I'm not sure why I was in the... Oh, this is before my surgery in 1985. Before my foot surgery. Roly-poly me in the bathtub. You're not seeing that. Sorry. Wonder if there was after surgery pictures. I thought there would have been. Oh yeah, there I am. So here's an after surgery picture. May 22nd, 1985. So I just turned 4 years old. So I have like these huge scars on my ankles from these surgeries. So my mom and dad were at my sister's house today when we were having cake, and I was telling them about these pictures that I found of me that I had surgery when I was like 4 years old. Neither one of them can recall this surgery, what it was for, what it was, but like, I was like, but there's pictures right there. They're like, I mean, I believe you. My mom's like, send me the video clip or something so I can see, so maybe it'll like trigger the memory. And I was like, I don't know why we've blocked this out of all of our memories, but I don't like it. How come I can't get my hair to look this cute now? Look at the curls in my hair. That's me and my sister. Dang, man. My hair won't hold a curl now. There's a question about my tattoos, but let's do that when I'm standing up and you guys can actually see all 4 of them. A goal for this year and a 5-year goal. Where do you want to be in 5 years with your life? What are your life passions? Boy. So a goal for this year, 2019. I want to go on my road trip. My goal is to go on that road trip. I seem to be making every excuse to not go. Like, oh, money's going to be tight. Oh, I have to file. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost me too much. No, I'll be fine. But, like, I'm super nervous about it. Super nervous about this epic road trip. I know it'll be fun, and I know, like, nothing's going to happen to Brittany and I. Like, we're going to have an amazing time. It's just scares me. Okay, so remember me saying at the beginning of this video that we burned our old house down? It happened on July 24th, 1983. And then while they burnt the house down, we lived with my grandparents until the new house got put on and it was ready to go. And it happened, I remember it happened, from what my mom says, right before my sister was born. So my sister was born September 9th of 83, so about a month after we burnt it down. Another editing note, we didn't just burn our house down. The way I word it makes it sound that way, but my uncle was the fire chief. We were going to tear the house down anyway, so they used it as a training exercise as to what to do in a fire. Like, so they burned our house down as a training exercise, and then we were able to bring in the mobile that we lived on. Okay, here's another example of my mom and her amazing sewing skills. She made these white and purple dresses that my sister and I are wearing at my grandparents' anniversary party. But obviously, like, that's my sister, that's me, it's my cousin Daphne, my grandpa, and my grandma. There's a ode to my grandpa in my bedroom. That's his truck and the license plate from that truck from before he died. My parents bought me dishes for Christmas when I was 16. Makes sense, right? I wonder what happened to those dishes. I don't even remember. That's weird. Huh. Oh, I do remember my mom made these shorts too. My mom's amazing. It makes me so sad that she's not able to sew anymore. Like, here's my dad's race car. I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but I basically grew up at South Sound Speedway in Tenino. I have been going there, or had been going there, since I was 6 or 7. We had always been involved either in, like, my dad being a driver, or we owned a bunch of cars. We owned a bunch of race cars. And so we had people drive for us. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed, being raised around that type of environment. And when I turned 16, I started working there in the kitchen. And I worked in the kitchen, 16, so that was my sophomore year, my junior year, my senior year. I think I worked there until I was 20, maybe 19. And then I moved into a different position there. I moved into I did all the press. So I wrote all the stories, and I did the programs, and I did the website, and all that kind of stuff for the racetrack. And then I also transitioned into a scoring and announcing, because at the time I was going to college to be a radio broadcaster, so they allowed me to do the announcing, which was super fun. And because I knew everyone and, what was going on, I was able to, I knew everyone. Like, I knew all the names, and I knew backgrounds on people, because I'd been there for so long. And that was really fun. And then I quit in 2006 because it was just so much to drive up there and spend an entire weekend up there when I lived down here in Longview. And it was just, ooh, fashionista. Look at that. I'm so fashion. I'm 3 years old, I'm fashion. Man, the pose. So yeah, I've only been back like 3 or 4 times since then. But it was a really good time in my life. God, looking at baby pictures of my sister, she looks so much like her kids. Like, we think they look like her husband, but man, they look like her. Their facial expressions and stuff. So she was an adorable kid. Okay, so that was my goal, I guess. We got into a different story. A 5-year goal. A 5-year goal would to be at a different job, living somewhere else, and let's see, at that time I'll be 43. Possibly remarried, but I don't want to put like a time frame on that. But there was questions in here like, would you ever get remarried if you met your Prince Charming? Absolutely. Are Roger and I ever going to get back together? No, it's just not going to happen. I know you guys root for him a lot. But yeah, it's not going to happen. And then, yeah, so that's my 5-year goal. And my life passions. I'm passionate about my family. There's no denying that. My nephews are everything to me. Absolutely everything. And I don't know what I would do without them. So they're my life passion. Everything I do for them. Okay guys, we're going to continue working on the cake. I'm going to put it on top of this cake pan upside down. So here they are all baked. We're going to start with the big ones, obviously. This one baked super uneven, but we're still going to use it. Let's set this one like this. I better... Okay, so my plan... Let me use chocolate on the bottom. I'm just going to use canned frosting because it'd be like that sometimes. So I'm just going to put some down so the cake kind of sticks. Alright. And I got this decorating kit. All my cake decorating stuff is at my sister's house, because that's where we usually decorate all of our cakes. So, if my energy seems low, I apologize. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm really lightheaded today. I don't know what's going on right now. I was fine earlier, and then when I got up to like change positions and stuff, I just started feeling yucky. So for this, we're just gonna go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. This is gonna hold our filling in. Ooh, air bubble. See, even pastry bags fart, you guys. Now for the bottom tier, I'm gonna use this cookie butter from Trader Joe's. Just kind of discovered it. A bunch of people had told me about it, and my boss was going to Trader Joe's because we don't have one nearby. And I was like, please pick me up some. And so then we both tried it. Oh, it's a little stiff. So what they say is, this is a deliciously unusual spread, reminiscent of gingerbread with made with crushed biscuits, aka cookies. There we go. Once we got some on there, it's spreading out better now. Whoops! It's my own birthday cake. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not pretty, but it works. So then this one's gonna go upside down. Should we get back to some of these questions? What have you regretted putting on YouTube? I regret the Q&A with Xavier because it just didn't come out right. We were not in a good place together, and I should not have put that out. I also regret the lip makeup tutorial. I thought it would be funny, but no one else did apparently. Well, a few people did. Can't say no one. I thought it was funny. Just like a silly video, but a lot of people were really upset with me about that. And so I kind of wish I hadn't done it. Okay. Now on this one, we're going to do some sugar-free blackberry preserves. I think it's seedless. Yes. I think I just remembered that I'm out of peanut butter because I was thinking, ooh, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich kind of sounds nice. But I don't think I have peanut butter. So yeah, those are the two things that I regret putting up. And only because you guys didn't like it, the audience didn't like it. Not because, like, I was ashamed of it or anything. Well, I was ashamed of that Q&A. That just should not have happened. Should have been smarter. What gives you confidence to date? How do you meet potential dates? There we go. How do I meet potential dates? I use dating apps just like anybody else. I have the most luck on Plenty of Fish. And I just look for, I don't know, somebody fun. I don't usually message guys first. Kind of let them message me and see how it goes. Since I'm not like, oh, I'm looking for the love of my life. No, that's not me. I'm just casually looking for someone to spend some time with. I don't really have to look for confidence for that. And I don't know why I don't, but I don't have a problem talking to people, meeting people. Yeah, I get a little bit shy, but not too bad. So I'm a fairly easy to get along with person, and I find that I can talk to other people fairly easily, so I don't have a problem, you know, socially. How was your childhood in school, around friends, as a bigger child? Were there any issues with other kids or bullying? I had one girl who kind of picked on me, but everybody else was super cool. I grew up in a really small town, like super small. Where I grew up, we had one elementary school, which had one classroom for each age, and we only went up to 5th grade. There was no 6th grade in our school. And that was kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. 3rd grade, we got a new school built, and they combined a couple of the other elementary schools with ours. And it was kind of like all of us were new to this school, so there was nobody who was like, you know, had been there forever. the 5th graders weren't like, we were all new fish in a new pond, you know? And so, you know, I enjoyed growing up. I grew up very country, and I liked it. As far as being a bigger child, I didn't really, maybe it's because I grew up in such a small town, I didn't get made fun of or anything, really. Like I said, I had that one girl, but she didn't mean shit. And, yeah, I didn't really have bullying. Even when I went to high school and middle school, there wasn't that much bullying. Okay, this is kind of a long one. I'm going to read the whole thing and then I'll respond to it. Are you actually trying to lose weight? What you cook and eat on camera seems pretty healthy, so I was wondering. Also, it seems like you have lost some since the beginning of your channel. Is it just nice if weight loss happens, or are you actively pursuing it? I hope that this does not come across as being rude. I love you and your channel, but I do care about your long-term health as well. So I'm not on a weight loss journey. We've talked about that, but I do eat fairly healthy as I'm sitting here making a cake. But this is not stuff I keep in my house normally. I do always have ice cream in my freezer, but that's for coffee, and this is the gelato that I use. It's one of my favorites. So you just put a scoop or two in your coffee cup and let your coffee brew over it, and it's delicious. Is sharing your private life sometimes overwhelming for you? Especially when people criticize pretty much every part of it. Your room's not clean enough, spatula's too loud, blush is too high or low, boyfriend's not approved. You seem to be such a fun, bubbly person, but I have a feeling when you're by yourself you can be pretty melancholy, so I was wondering, but maybe I'm wrong and that's just an assumption. No, you're absolutely right. I find myself sitting at home a lot and just kind of blah. Because sometimes I feel like on here, if I'm not being happy, there's going to be comments like, what's wrong with you? Are you, you know, did you break up with a boyfriend? Or, you know, it's always something else. Sometimes I'm just depressed, man. Like, sometimes depression is just fucking there. And you just deal with it as it comes. Oh my gosh, this looks like the color of Cookie Monster. Rah! Me love C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. I hope that answered your question, Canoodle Cats. Katze? I appreciated your candor, but also your care. It was nice. Alright. Which alternative universe would you want to live in and why? Any video game, movie, or book? I mean, the Harry Potter verse seems real cool. The Wizarding World. Okay, so, if you could remain any past age forever, what would it be and why? No, I don't think I would do that. I mean, I'd like to remain, like, 29 forever, but I've grown so much since I was 29 that... If you could invite any 3 people in the world to dinner, who would you choose? My grandpa. Gosh. Well, he's not alive. Does that count? I don't know how we're doing this. This is so fun. Okay. I love this tie-dye look on this cake. But it's also like kind of ombre because, yeah, but not really. Like, it's just cool, man. Oh, I get lost. So my grandpa, John C. Reilly, who I think is a very underrated actor. And Post Malone, because he seems chill as F. Knowing what you know now, What would you tell your younger self that would have been nice to know back then? Your mother doesn't hate you. She's not doing these things because she hates you. I had a rocky relationship with my mom during my teen years, and I'm sure that we all did. Teenage girls are not fun, okay? Like, let's be honest. We are hormonal and bitchy, and yeah. So I regret treating my mom like shit, and I would have told myself to stop doing that. But also told my mom to, like, chill a little bit because I'm not that bad of a kid. You know what I mean? Hi, Mom, I love you. If you had to live without a makeup product, what would it be? And what is your favorite makeup product? As of now, I could probably live without brow products since I got them bladed. So much nicer that if I do forget to do my eyebrows, it's okay because they don't look that bad. Oh my god, this cake is horrendous, but amazing. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna try to smooth the sides, put all the extra up here. This reminds me of unicorns and mermaids. And what is my favorite makeup product? I love a good lip. Good lippy can, like, bring things together. Good lippy. What is something that you wish you would have done differently if you had the chance to go back in time and redo it? Can you pinpoint any specific decision that would have changed the trajectory of your life? When I was 18, I got a job at the State Patrol. And it was a temporary job that could potentially become a full-time job. And instead of me focusing on getting a job, I focused on going to college. And I regret that now because my life would be totally different if I had put more effort into that job instead of going to school. And it's not to say that, like, it's a bad decision that I went to college, because college is a good thing, but it was not, for me, what I should have been doing. I should have been trying to look for a job, because I didn't enjoy college, and I never actually got my degree. I got a accounting clerk certificate. So I never finished my AA. I was never good in school. I'm smart, but school's just not my thing. And that's okay. If you are graduating high school and you feel like, God, I'm not ready for college, don't know if that's what I want to do, take a year. Take that year and go work and figure yourself out. Because at 18, most of us are not ready to choose what we want to do for the rest of our lives. I'm just doing some little dots. Alright, this is from Cyrix. Kandy! You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I consider you my friend. I love you, Cyrix. I see you... Oh, wait. Where did it go? I'd like to know what's your favorite hair color phase you went through, and will you ever do it again? And then a couple other people want to know if my hair gets damaged from coloring it so much. For me, it doesn't. I don't do anything else to my hair, though, except wash it and color it. I don't use heat on my hair at all. I don't use a hair dryer. I own a hair dryer, but it's in my crafting supplies. Same with my straight iron. I bought some curlers a while ago, and they just didn't work out for me. So, you know, shit happens. What things are harder for you because of your weight? Ah! Ah! I see you doing all kinds of things, and I think most people just assume because you're overweight you can't do much, so it might help stop the assumptions. I can do almost anything. It might take me a little longer, or I might have to do it a little bit differently, but I don't let my weight hold me back from doing things that I want to do. I've chosen not to try to fly, and that's probably the only thing that, like, it really keeps me from doing, because it freaks me out to try to fly. Look at the heart! Oh, it looks cute. I do things differently, maybe, than a normal person, but I don't know any different because I've been fat my entire life, and you guys can see that from the pictures that I've been showing you. I've always been the big kid. Always. And so it doesn't really bother me. Alright guys, here's the cake. It's not even. It's very not even. But it's beautiful. And I did a K on top. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge and clean up a little bit. Okay. So it's May the 4th. So that's why I'm wearing Star Wars. Have you ever been in debt, or are you in debt now? If you were, how did you resolve it? I always carry some debt. I have, well, up until last week, I had one credit card. I got a credit card for Amazon so that I can keep better track of what I'm spending on the channel. And at one time Roger and I had about $25,000 in credit card debt. And what we did is we sort of used the debt snowball, which is, oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. Dave something. And so we paid off the smallest one first, and then took the payment that we were making on that small one and put it onto the next smallest one, and paid that one off, and then put all that money towards the next smallest one. And that's how we did that. We lived very poor for a long time. And I worked 2 jobs for a very long time. In fact, I'm still working 2 jobs. What am I talking about? I've almost always had 2 jobs. So that's how we got ourselves out of it. And now the only debt we have is my car. Well, that I have. My car. I'm still on the house. And I have like $2,000 or $3,000 in, well, no. I have one credit card that's at $4 and one that's at like $500. So $4,500 in like credit card debt. To me, that's not a big deal. I think this is a really good question. This is from Nikki. Were you ever hospitalized for mental health, for being suicidal? I was, and I take a lot of comfort in knowing you face some of the same demons and are still highly respected and accepted. Oh my god, I'm getting so upset. I ask with complete respect. I was not hospitalized. I did it on my own. I didn't tell anyone for almost a week. I didn't tell Roger, I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my sister. You guys were one of the first to know when I did that video. And it's because I trust you guys to not judge me and not tear me down. And as much as I love my family, and I'm sure that we all go through this, they can be a little harsh. And it's because they love me. I know that. But sometimes I just really don't want to hear their judgment. And so I didn't tell them for a long time. Alright, let's move on to some happy stuff. Let's go through some more pictures. So my mom dressed my sister and I alike for so long. Look at us in these polka dot freaking skirts. This is 1989. Here I am at my 8th birthday. I look very excited to, I don't know, do something. You guys, I've always been this weirdo. I love it. There's no year on this one, but I'm guessing it's another year past this. So I was probably like 9. I'm very excited to get a skip bow. I remember that skip bow. I used it so much. Here I am as a brownie. Wonder where my brownie sash is. I have my junior's sash. I just don't know where my brownie sash is. Here's the family picture. So I'm here, my mom, my dad, my sister, and our dog Sunny. I don't know why I pulled this picture out. This is 1989, but I just think we all look so happy and cute. Oh, here's another picture of me and my sister in matching outfits. If this isn't the 90s, I don't know what is. Look at those shirts. So crazy. I hear my phone, but I don't know where it is. Oh, here's another birthday cake. Way better than the one I just made. This is for my 4th birthday. One of my aunts made this. Here is me and my sister. We're getting ready to go camping. We did a lot of camping when I was a kid. We went to the Oregon coast a lot. Christy for Christmas program, December 1989. So I was 8 years old. Dressed like freaking Santa Claus. This is me and my best friend Wendy. It's a very 80s picture. From Deborah. What is your favorite childhood birthday memory? Okay, so I had this one specific birthday party, my 6th birthday party, and I remember it so well. And we played all these weird different games, and I invited everyone from my class. Okay, this was my basic elite in my entire class. That's my sister. But this was the birthday that I actually remember some of this birthday. We played musical chairs. I lost. My friend Michael won. We played pin the pepperoni on the pizza. And we did this weird game where we sat on balloons. That's my friend Oma. And then here is my cupcakes for my birthday for that year. So that's one of my favorite birthdays that I remember. Here's some more. This was 88, so this was my 7th birthday. We went to Chuck E. Cheese. I met Chuck. He was really nice. I wore this dress that my mom made to that birthday. And then this is 86, so this was a little out of like order, but our McDonald's had this caboose. Look at me, I'm such a weirdo. My mom also made that outfit. My mom, God, like, I'm looking back at these, I'm like, damn, Mom, you made a lot of my clothes. That's awesome. Maybe that's kind of why I want to get into it. But anyway, so our McDonald's had this caboose out in the back of the parking lot, and that was their birthday bus, or their birthday caboose. And it was just tables inside, and they served you cake, and you ate food, and you had your birthday party in this caboose at McDonald's. And it was like the coolest thing if you had your birthday there. Alright, let's move positions again, and we will go answer some more questions and look at some pictures from when I was a teenager. Well, let's talk about my tattoos. Alright, so my very first tattoo, I don't have anymore. It got covered up. It was a star shape, and it used 1/8 notes to make the star. Let me see if I can find it on Google. Yep. It's a Pinterest tattoo. It was very cliche, but I had it. And it was right here on my wrist, right here. So I had that tattoo. And I got that in January when I was 30, so would have been 2002. Yeah, January of 2002, I got that star tattoo. In August, I got my elephant. And we've talked a little bit about my elephant, but there's this giant concrete pink elephant outside this riverboat casino in Prairie du Chien, Iowa, which is near where my dad's family lives. And every time we're there, we go and we get our picture taken with this pink elephant. And I had some pictures pulled out. I think I've shown you guys before, but there's probably 6 different pictures of us in front of this pink elephant. And so my sister and I got matching tattoos of this elephant with his top hat. And then we got our maiden name right here. And the only thing different about the tattoos is the font of our last name. And the reason we did that is because we're individuals. And so I got that tattoo, and I was like, man, I freaking love that tattoo. But then this tattoo, the star tattoo, looked super lame compared to it. I was like, man, I gotta either do something different to this tattoo or I gotta get it covered up. So I finally decided to cover up. I don't remember. I've probably had this tattoo for... No, wait. I got this tattoo in 2012. August 2012. Why did I say 2002? That's bad math. So 2012, because I was like, I haven't had this tattoo. I've had this tattoo now for 5 years, I think. So I got this in October of 14. October of 14, I want to say. And so this is my cow tattoo. It has a moon, purple stars, cute eyes, and then see the 3 blue flowers? It had to be 2015. It had to be October of 2015 because Leo was born in July of 2015 and I got it after he was born. So it was October 2015. Because each one of the little blue daisies is for each one of my nephews. So Logan, Landon, and Leo. And basically what I did is I was like, hey, Stevie, I'm getting my first tattoo from you, but here's what I want. I want a cow, I want purple, I want a moon, and I want some daisies. And when I got there, the cow had a daisy chain around her forehead. And I was like, I don't really like that. Can we maybe like just put them on the ground? And he's like, yeah. So he changed it on the fly. It was great. And then, please pay no attention. Let me explain. I haven't shaved my legs in over a month because my kittens keep scratching my legs, and every time I try to shave my legs, those wounds just open up and bleed. So I'm kind of waiting for them to heal a little bit before I shave my legs again. But then I got this tattoo. This is my Kandy Foxx tattoo. Obviously, it's a fox with candy. I mean, self-explanatory, right? So basically what I did with that one is I said, hey, Stevie, here's some pictures of a fox that I like, and here's some candy. I would like a Kandy Foxx tattoo. And he came up with it on his own. And then, this is my newest tattoo. So this is my newest tattoo. It's the state of Washington. There's an apple, an umbrella, rain, there's mountains in the background, and then that bird is not a Seahawks logo, but it works for that. It's actually the logo of my high school. I went to Tumwater High School, and it was a T-bird, and I wanted to remember where I grew up. So that's the meaning of those tattoos. So those are my 4 tattoos, technically 5. I've got an hour and a half left on the books at my tattoo artist that I've already paid for, so I've got an hour and a half tattoo due to me somewhere. I just haven't decided what I want to do yet. So, okay. Here's from Emily, Krista, and Melissa. All 3 of them basically asked the same questions. What inspired your channel? I just wanted to do something and show that, you know, just because I'm fat doesn't mean that I don't bring value to someone. And it doesn't mean that my opinions and things don't matter. And I wanted to show other women. Oh my God, I'm so emotional today. I wanted to show other women my size that we're out here. See us. We're not ashamed. We're out here and we are here and we're proud and we're loud and we're beautiful. And that's what I wanted to show. All right, the next part of that is, would you ever want to do YouTube full-time and quit your other job? I would find it really hard to do YouTube full-time, although my content would probably be much better, my editing would be much better, because sometimes I feel like I'm so rushed and like my content is not as good as it could be because I'm so tired and I'm so like mentally exhausted. Have you ever met any crazy fans while out and about? No. I've met a couple people who were like, oh my gosh, do you do YouTube? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, I've watched your videos. Like, that's happened to me a couple times. And then I had that small meetup in California, which was super awesome. So I've never met any crazy fans. What's the most stressful part of working a full-time job and YouTube? How do you manage to do both? I don't manage. I am very unmanaged. I honestly don't know how I do it. Sometimes in the past week I haven't. I filmed stuff, but I moved my computer into the living room again. It's right behind me. And I wanted that to be there so that I could have my bedroom as a sanctuary where, you know, I could just relax. It's not working. It's actually making me use my computer less, which has been nice in the last few weeks because I've caught up on some Netflix shows that I've been meaning to like finish, and also found this really cool show on Hulu called My Mad Fat Diary. I'm watching it right now. It's literally on pause. Okay. But I I don't know how I work 9 hours a day, come home, deal with, you know, chores and laundry and things like that, and also do YouTube. I sometimes don't know how I do it. But when I'm in a groove and when I'm doing it right, when I feel good about it, it feels awesome and it's not work. It flows and everything goes. But sometimes I just don't have the mental capacity to handle all of it. And that's what you guys have seen in the last couple weeks is, like, Jesus criminy, I am a mess. I'm a mess. And I'm not afraid to admit it. And you guys are seeing, like, the very end of, like, a week and a half of complete and utter depression from me. And that's probably why I'm so emotional, because, well, there's other reasons, but number one, it's the first of the month. So that's when my PMS would kick in if I got a period. That's my cycle. And so that's not helping. I'm also trying to wean myself off of one medication, my depression medication, so that we can try a different one. And it's not going so well. That's probably why I'm lightheaded today. That just kind of kicked in that I'm having some withdrawal symptoms, and that makes sense. So I'm just trying to deal with life. You know, life comes at you fast. No, it doesn't. Life comes at you hard and in the face, and it hates you. Okay, next question. If you won the lottery, how would you live out the rest of your life? And what's the... oh, that's a different question, sorry. If you won the lottery, how would you live out the rest of your life? On a compound where my nephews each are going to have their own house, and my sister has a house, and my mom has a house. We're all just going to live on the same property. We're going to have horses and cows and pigs, and we're going to raise our own animals, and we'll have chickens, and we'll grow our own food, and it'll be amazing. That's what I want to do with my life. What's the first thing you notice about a person? Usually it's the eyes and the smile. And I think that's because those are the two things about myself that I think are my best attributes. So I like to look for that in someone else. All right, top 5 favorite video game characters. Okay, so I'm gonna do video games and then game characters. Video games, Borderlands 2, Resident Evil 4, BioShock 2, Fallout 4, and Doom 2016. So those are my 5. And then my favorite characters are going to be Nick Valentine from Fallout 4, McCready from Fallout 4, let me see, Claptrap from Borderlands, the Borderlands series, the Big Daddies from the BioShock series, and Moxie from Borderlands. Those are my 5 favorite video game characters. I love this question. This is from Pisces Rose. What is something unique that you love about each of your nephew's personalities? Let's not cry. Logan is a lot like me. He is very one lane. He's when he gets his mind set on something, he's on that thing. And he just will drill it into the ground. He's also one of the most caring and kind boys that I've ever met. He is so sweet and kind and always so much crying in this video. He's always making sure everybody else is happy. He's so lovely. Landon is my a little creative, fun middle kid. He always wants to like, he's more girly than the other two. He likes baking, he likes sewing, he likes to paint. He's, not that boys can't do that kind of thing, but the typical girly type things. And we just let him do whatever. Like, we don't tell him that it's girly, obviously. And he's got this stutter in his speech, but like, he doesn't let it stop him from anything. He just like stutters through it and gets it out. He doesn't get frustrated, and I love that. And he's witty and funny and sarcastic and a big fat liar. He can tell you a story. He's a storyteller. Leo is my little, just like, bundle of joy. He's so funny and curious and sweet, but he's also a little butthead. And he's definitely the baby, and he definitely has mom. He's got her number. But he is so adorable and loves to give hugs. And I will always take a hug. Let's do some more pictures. So this is from Christmas time 1997. I was 16. We had these annual Christmas parties at our family business. And we always had Santa Claus come. Here's me and my sister in 1998 in front of the elephant that is on our tattoo. Can you see the resemblance? And then here we are on top of the boat that the elephant sits outside. That's me, my sister, my Aunt Lois, and my Grandma Palmer, who is, let's see, that was July of 98. That was her 80th birthday. So it was right around her 80th birthday because she's 101 now. She's amazing. This was me at my graduation party that we had at my house. And this is me in 2001. This was about a year before my surgery. Do you have anything on your bucket list that you would like to do or see in the next 10 years? Getting on an airplane is one of my like short-term, long-term goals, like between the 5 and 10 year mark. I'd like to get up the courage and slim down the waistline to be more comfortable on a flight. I find this question really funny. Kandy, OMG, how many people have you hanky-pankied with? Do you ever get scared to do stuff like that with other people? You let us know that you were married to Roger for quite some time, so were you scared to do things like sex with other partners after your separation? I just thought this question was so funny. I'm not going to tell you guys my number because my mom watches these videos, so embarrassing. But I'll share as much as I can without giving that information out. But, you know, I guess. Do you ever get scared to do stuff like that? Of course I'm scared every time I'm with a new partner. I'm nervous that they're not going to find me attractive or I'm going to be bad at it or, you know, the regular things. But I put it out of my mind and go forward. The first person that I was with after I left Roger, it was very strange, and I was like, is this really what sex was like? Like, I mean, I know it's been a really long time since I've had any, but is this what it's like? It was not a good experience the first time, but it progressively got better when I grew as a person and found better partners. Alright guys, so it is officially my birthday. It's nearly 10 o'clock on May 5th. I'm officially 38 years old. And I guess I'm okay with it. I don't really have a choice, do I? And I figured I'm going to be super extra today when I do my makeup. Here's the look I ended up with. The lighting in my room is terrible. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you guys outside. Hey, let me turn it on. There you go. What are we doing today?
I'm doing the cake.
He made me this card. Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm popping.
You gonna pop all that?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Here's the cool candles we got.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Yeah.
Should we light them now?
No.
I might. Ready?
Okay, sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay.
So the top has blackberry jam in it.
Oh. Get the plates over here. Here.
There we go.
Who wants the blackberry jam?
Me.
The bottom has cookie butter.
I want cookie butter.
You want cookie butter?
Let's give you half of that piece. Okay, one.
I'll just put them in
Here's the
this
cookie butter.
cup. And now we go.
I know this video is extremely long, so if you hung out this long, you are a champion, and I love you. I'm holding the camera, but on both sides of the heart. Or we could do it together. I don't know. I don't know why I still do that. Anyway, thank you all for wishing me a happy birthday. I had a great time with my family, and then after I had cake with my family, my friend Brittany came over, and we watched some show on Netflix, and just like BS'd, and it was the best day, and I would not have wanted to spend it any other way. So thank you guys for allowing me into your lives, and there will be a video coming up where I open up birthday cards, and I think there might be a present in one of those, and I know someone told me
that there's a card coming, so I'm gonna wait a couple days and then I'll show you guys what I got for my birthday. Alright guys, I love you and I'll see you soon.